Yo, 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 welcome to another live stream. Welcome back to some more 0 Hour. Now, welcome back to DOMI-NATION 2020 World Championship, $1,300 prize pool. It's actually been increased a little bit. I think it's like 1,350 now. They keep saying 1,300, nice round figure. First of all, nice little picture there for you. Who can guess where that is from? It's from 0 Hour, but who can guess specifically what that picture is? And like a little quiz for your gold medal to be won. Who can guess where exactly in 0 Hour is that from specifically? Gold medal to be won. Right, okay, before this starts in just 4 minutes time, I'm going to quickly show you the bracket. But what I'm going to do is actually just show you part of the bracket, because there's some other games in here that have already taken place. So as you know, this tournament has been going on for a number of weeks now. I think we're like on between the 3rd and 4th weeks. We started with 128 players. That's why I don't want to scroll down here and spoil some of the games, because I am going to cast some of the other games. So like, for example, here, I know it's a sport, a few of the games, but they're not the ones I actually wanted to cast anyway. I'm actually going to cast some of the round 3 a little bit further down and some of the round 4. So yeah, I will do a full bracket update a little bit later on. However, yeah, I just wanted to show you this on the right side. I'm going to show you the path that the players have taken so far. So we actually have today Fargo against Hawky in round number 4. So whilst we started at 128 players in this tournament, we're now down to, I think I counted like 16 or 16-ish players. The round 4 will be the round of 16. And then, yeah, so the route that Hawky has taken, this is a really interesting clash today. I think one of the biggest games so far. I saw Scuba in the chat saying Fargo versus Wraith is also a massive massive set. So yeah, second best game so far. So we had Hawky in round 1. He beat Tercio 6-1. He then beat Shinobi, or DYDD Shinobi, 6-0. Hawky versus Mary S 6-2. Of course, all these have been best of 11. And this whole tournament, I forgot to say, is hosted on Battlefy. So you'll find the link for this bracket in the description. If you want to support it for yourself, then go ahead and click the link and have a look. But otherwise, over the next couple of days, I plan to cast a load more. There'll be loads more updates. It's just like, as you can appreciate, casting at all of these games when you start with 128 players is a mammoth task. And I'd probably, even though I am furloughed at the moment, which basically means I'm not actually working because of the coronavirus and stuff in the UK, it's still a hell of a lot of work. So yeah, I'm not going to cast every single one. I'm going to cast like 3 and 4 onwards and all the big games. And then yeah, round 4 here today, match 118. I think that's just the number. It is not. It can't be. Is it match 118? Can't be, surely. Could be a match 118. It could be. There's a lot of matches. Anyway, yeah, Fargo against Hawky. We're now going to type in Fargo and see his route so far. So he beat. Actually, I read that all in the wrong order, I think, because that's round 3 there. So yeah, Fargo in round 1 has beat Moliere 6-0. Fargo's also beat Pablo Escobar 6-1. And then he has also beaten Wraith just in the previous round. They did manage to play their games in the end. Did need a 1-day extension, of which I won't be giving any more of those. Just where I feel like if they need 24 hours to sort their games out because of whatever, then they managed to get it done. And yeah, Fargo won that 6-1. So they played, yeah, only recently, I think Monday they played. So yeah, without further ado, we're going to jump into this. We are 1 minute at a time. Did anyone guess where actually this is from? I see a correct answer. Someone said GLACC. It's not the GLACC. Yeah, Vinayak said GLACC. No. Excal said it's probably the zoomed in icon on the Palace. It might well be on the Palace as well, but this is not actually from the Palace. Someone did get it right. If you look for the guy called Osmoh, he did get it right. So the floor of the GLA barracks in Super HD. This is a little sneak peek of some graphics and stuff that I've got coming up for you. Probably still talking like a month away or something. But trust me when I say like 0 Hour like you've never seen before. It's not a game, but some amazing graphics of how 0 Hour could look. So anyway, without further ado, then we're going to jump into the games. I need to boot up the game. That would help. And hopefully both players are here on time. I saw there was a few predictions in the chat before. Mixed, actually. Mixed. Some people picking Hawky, some people picking Fargo. I think the majority picked Hawky. For me, I've got a specific prediction for this matchup. Because I think... rather than just saying a score, like the battle of styles between these two players is... Hawky is a really slow starter. He likes to play slow and methodical, play for the late game, play super long. You will never really see him do an all-in rush, although he hasn't been playing very much over probably the last 10 years. So it's actually good to see Hawky back, and he seems like he has changed his attitude a lot as well, actually. Changed the way he talks and everything, and it's to be honest, really good to see him back because he is a super good player when he actually focuses. I'm sure there's many people in the chat that will know that Hawky is a super good player. Kind of reminds me a little bit of DK Crazy style, where he's kind of a little bit greedy, likes to play it more strategic and methodical rather than like hard all-in rushes. Whereas I think Fargo is pretty much the opposite. Whereas Hawky, I think, is consistent with his skill level as well. Like pretty much he takes massive breaks, come back, and he can play super strong. Seen him in some super strong games only recently. Whereas Fargo, a little bit more inconsistent, but also a lot more aggressive. You'll see him doing no ecos. You'll see him doing helix rushes. You'll see him doing all kinds of aggression. And I think those two styles, I think if Fargo executes his rushes and his aggression very well without rushing in and without many mistakes, then I think Fargo can... or Fargo's best chance is killing Hawky early. I think if the game goes later, yeah, Fargo's got a good chance in the late game too. But I think Hawky and his slow, methodical, more strategic, he might just have the edge. So I think Fargo's best chance is his key to victory is to strike fast and hard early and do it well, not just like rush in and like lose stuff, like rush in and do a no eco and lose a V like for no reason. He needs to 100% focus and get that damage. Get that damage well done. If he does that, that's his way. That's his way to win. Didn't mean to do that in caps. So yeah, this tournament, it's a best of 11. In round 4, only the grand finals are best of 13. Everything's going to be best of 11. To be honest, the reason for that... I actually forgot who chooses the first map. Man, this is my own tournament and I forgot what's going on. I actually also forgot what I was going to say. Okay, the player who is top in the bracket picks the map first. So I'm just going to double check who was top in the bracket. Okay, so Fargo is top in the bracket. Let's see, actually, if Fargo and Hawky both, either one of them wins here, they will go on to face the winner of XCal versus Asus, which I think will be Saturday. Should be streaming that as well. I know XCal messaged me about that before, so yeah, probably will be streaming that on Saturday. So yeah, watch this space. Over the next few days, there's going to be a lot of this, a lot of coverage of this tournament. But yeah, really interesting to see this battle between these two players. I only recently watched, I don't know if I've put that live yet. It's probably about to go live on my channel. I don't know if I put it live already. But it's a video of Super Weapon versus Air, whereas Super Weapon was played by Hawky and Air played by Fargo. And exactly what I just said, my prediction before, is already happened in that game, where like Hawky was a super weapon. You would expect him to be the aggressive one, but no, he went two supplies, like two supplies, two barracks. Whereas Fargo, even though he had the air, kind of did an all-in one supply combat schnuke drop, all kind of aggression. So even when the armies don't suit, you're still seeing that same pattern. And to be honest, I think whoever approaches this matchup against Hawky, you're probably going to be thinking on the same lines. You want to do a hard rush and you want to shut his more slow, methodical. Like you'll even see him play tanking, like keep his CC and things like that. So yeah, I think that Fargo's best chance is shutting that down. I think he probably knows that. And then for Hawky versus. For Hawky's key to victory is to survive in that early rush or anything that Fargo might throw him in the beginning. And then once it gets to like mid game, late game, I think that's when you'll see Hawky's decision making, micro and whatever, maybe slightly edge Fargo. I might be completely wrong, but just based on what I know, I've been playing 0 Hour a long time, been watching these players a long time. Based on what I've seen and what I know, that's my take on it. But what's my prediction? I think I'm going to go with 6-3 Hawky. But what do I actually want to happen? I would rather it go 5-5 and go to a decider for the pure excitement. For all the viewers to get their time's worth of tuning in today. Okay, so Fargo said he needed 3 minutes. He's probably having a ghost pepper. Hawky with a fun fact saying that Australia is actually ex-convicts from the UK. I actually heard that. Like, I don't know. I heard it. I don't know if it's like everyone there originates from being an ex-convict in the UK. I don't know if that's the case, but I do think we sent some prisoners there from the UK. Of course, I'm from the UK. Hawky's from the UK. But yeah, I'm sure there's someone in the chat who knows more about that than me. I did hear that. So yeah, Dark Asylum says, who is going to pick the map? Fargo. Needs to pick the map. Yo, Poncho X09, welcome, man. Yo, everyone in the chat, I never said hi to everyone, did I? Yo, USS Discovery. Dark Asylum, Delian K, welcome, man. Chris Hack, Firelord, welcome. Got Vinayak here, our moderator, to remove any spam and stuff like that. Shout out to him, welcome Herb. Nickname, Dragan, welcome. Cyrus D, welcome. Scuba, welcome. Einstein's Apples, X-Girl, welcome. Martin, welcome. Okay, so where the hell is Fargo? He is now 10 minutes late. I reckon he's doing 20 press-ups, 3 coffees, 2 ghost pepper. And coming up with the strat. Coming up with a map, actually. What map is he going to choose here? Because the cool thing about this tournament, just to keep it as simple as possible, is to allow all maps. So any official map can be chosen. Any official map can be chosen. Any ranked map can be chosen, but it has to be a 1v1 map. Yeah, and there is a few other maps you can choose as well. Salt Lake River, and that the new bunch of maps from the Strangelands tournament. Salt Lake River, there's like Farmlands of the Fallen. What else is there? Derby H, welcome. Millard9, welcome. Mr. Call Me Sam, welcome. Ali, welcome. Sorry if I missed you initially. Let's do Koyan. 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 What did Logica call it? He called it something, man. No, what did he call it? Koyan of... Did he say Canyon of the Death? Logica called it something so funny. I can't remember what he said. I'm sure there's someone in the chat who'll remember what Logica called it. Did he call it Canyon of the Death? Or what was it? I don't know. Okay, so we're going to kick off with game number 1. I am pretty excited for this. Have not seen these players face off in a tournament series since probably, I don't think forever. I don't think I've ever casted these in a tournament series. So again, witnessing some history here. And we are kicking off with game number 1. We have Demo against China. We've got Demo for Hawky. He is playing in the yellow, the top right of Coin of the Dead. And in the bottom left, we've got Fargo with the blue China Vanilla. 3 dozers is going to be the build order of choice from Fargo. 2 supplies and a barracks. There's a massive load of money on the line here, not just for this this round. It's actually a little bit later on where the prize money starts coming into effect, but there's a massive $1,300. Actually $1,350, something like that. It's been a little bit increased. I'll have to correct that at some point. But yeah, you're talking some serious money. Probably what, the 2nd or 3rd biggest money tournament ever so far. And I think in December and January you're going to see even bigger tournaments as well, like probably the top 1 and top 2 biggest tournaments. So yeah, massive amount of pressure on these players. Are they going to be able to cope? 3 supplies very fast from Fargo. He is now dropping down a Gatling cannon on this left side. Worker here and a worker here. Very interesting that Fargo is choosing this build. I like it, to be honest. It's not... like, if you get like semi players, they know one build order. They need 2 supplies, 2 war factories. But to get China Vanilla and to pull off a kind of different build order, I like this. 3 supplies, get a Gat cannon there, which also isn't that common. Probably a TNT from Hawky. There's at least something inside of it, and there's a terrorist on this right side. What is the TNT going to go for? If he hits the war factory, that's going to be Fargo without any units, and that tech is going to be able to dish out a load of damage. Their mines over here are going to deny the terrorist, but yeah, this tech RPG, tech terror has caused some damage here. This terrorist here is just sitting there, and this dozer and the worker are going to meet each other here. I don't know. I mean, it's a cool build order from Fargo, but I don't know if it's the strongest. As long as he survives here, that terrorist should be going to the trucks, but there are mines there anyway, so it's not going to achieve anything. But yeah, there is a dozer now here from Fargo. If you ever play against Fargo, by the way, be careful of a sneaky war factory right inside of your base, because that often does happen. So Fargo's going to need to stabilize now. It all comes down to this. Can Fargo stabilize here? Because if he can hold this off, probably that wasn't the correct unit to get. That probably needed a flamer. Because if you did a flame wall here and then you get a flamer out here and flame his war factory, you've probably won the game. But if you lose this war factory without achieving anything and these quads get some veterancy on it, that's going to be hard, man. He's wasted that gat there as well. I think if the quad gets the last hit, it will get some veterancy, or the RPG gets the veterancy. So Hawky made a bit of a mistake there. Should let the quad get the veterancy. But yeah, there's a war factory out here now from Fargo. Terrorist is kind of still sitting there. Could pick off a dozer if Hawky realizes, but I think he's missed it. that Gatling cannon is going to fend that off, and there is a flamer now inside of Hawky's base. Hawky's expanding to a third supply, and already I'm loving this set. Like, this is, we're only 3 minutes in and I'm already loving it. This is chaos. Both players taking immense damage. It looks like it's probably going to be a base trade situation. If there's another flamer from there, probably just close down that tunnel. But yeah, Hawky's losing his main base. He's now going to flick back and think, shit, I am losing my main base. However, the buildings are all going down from Fargo. So I think Fargo probably thought that Hawky was going to play his normal defensive self, but actually we're seeing quite a bit of aggression out. Kadeko, by the way, welcome. So yeah, Hawky's base is getting wrecked, and this dozer is here to build another supply if Fargo needs to. Power plant has now gone down. There is a dozer building a new power plant over here, but that dozer's a bit trapped. I don't quite know where it's going to go. Yeah, you see when these squads get the veterancy, they're so much harder to kill. But as I say that Gat does manage to take it out. Fargo, though, is he going to be able to base trade? Because it looks like actually Hawky's managing to go back and defend this. And this is not really a situation you want to be in against the GLA. Probably maybe the flamer could have gone straight to the tunnel and focused it down rather than go for the war factory and the arms dealer. Probably somebody could have done a little bit different. That might have had some more success. Both oil captures are coming in from Hawky. And yeah, Fargo's in a bad way now. Yeah, I think the key moment was going straight to the base of the flamer rather than that tunnel. If you went straight to both of them tunnels, then you'd be able to kill the base for free. But because he left that tunnel, Hawky was just able to go back. I think also that first unit from Fargo should have been a dragon rather than a Gat. But it is China Vanilla versus GLA, and it is quite a wide open map. There's quite a lot of buildings and a lot of places for sneaky tunnels and stuff like that. So it is hard for Fargo. So, I mean, to concede this one, he just throws in the towel. No GG. Oh, I do love it. But yeah, he's China Vanilla against, what was he, Demo? So yeah, it's gonna be hard every day of the week. Okay, 1-0. What is that? Even though he had China Vanilla, what is that going to do for Fargo's morale? Is it going to wreck his morale or not? I think these players have got a little bit of beef between them as well, which makes it a little bit more spicy in my view. Better than both players being fully respectful. As long as it doesn't go too far, don't mind the occasional no GG and all that stuff. Nice armies to start. Okay, so this is where I'm expecting Hawky to do the more eco boom kind of thing. We saw a good performance from GLA there, but he was a little bit aggressive with the TNT and Tech RPG. Normally not used to seeing that from Hawky, but yeah, maybe he knows that, maybe he's aware. Wants to change it up a little bit. It was on the attack RPG and just a close tunnel. I mean, doing a tunnel there is quite normal, and Hawky does like GLA as well. Okay, China Vanilla from Hawky now in the bottom left of Koyan of the Dead. In the yellow. Top right, we've got Fargo in the blue with the GLA Demolition. So yeah, both players here are now considered expert level. Hawky has been an expert for a very long time. He's actually also considered an expert in Command and Conquer Generals as well, a game that I never really played, probably apart from the campaign. Did try to go back and play that. Like a few years ago, but because the right click scroll thing is like, it's hard to get the same setup as in 0 Hour. So yeah, actually we've seen a truck rush. What the fuck are we seeing? Oh my god. Double airfield from Hawky, but there is also there's no barracks. This is rare, man. This is a rare build order. I don't think I've ever seen it. I don't think I've ever seen double helix with no barracks. He's doing a barracks now. But wouldn't it be a good idea to just do 2 Gatlixes? Because that Bunkerlix, you know, well, one, he's not going to have enough money for it, is he? Is he going to have enough money for that? I don't know, man. You got to try something funky sometimes. But yeah, I wasn't expecting this from Hawky. Just like moments ago, I was saying Hawky's going to be the one to play this more slow and methodical, and already I've been proved wrong. Maybe Hawky's feeling the pressure, or maybe he just feels he's got to do something funky and weird. We're seeing a quad from Fargo now. So there's one quad. 2 helixes. I don't know if that's fully loaded or not. I didn't really fully check. But a technical here from Fargo might actually get picked off. That'll be nice for Hawky if he picks that off. It does pick it off. Because it saves him from taking any big damage on his base. We are now... Ooh, that was going to be a tech, but he's cancelled it for another quad. And we're seeing a stinger drop down from Fargo. Fargo, it all comes down to this moment. Can Fargo defend against this? If he can't, he's lost. If he can defend it, that's it. It's an all-in build order. So yeah, we've got... From Fargo, we've got a quad inside of the war factory causing some damage here. Already him going back, I think he might have lost the game. Because that Stinger's going to get up now. You needed to go in and commit to it. It's hung around too long in my view, and there's also a terrorist here. Oh, yeah, a bit of a disappointment there from Hawky because that's GG. You can't hang around like that. You have to, if you're committed to an all-in, you're committed. Whether how risky it looks or not, you had to go in at that moment. Kill that. You have to stop the worker, and you had to kill the quad. You hang around like that, you're going to get yourself killed. And he's already lost his trucks. He's going to lose a dozer here as well. Yeah, that's over in my view. I mean, the helixes are still alive, but there's no way they can go anywhere near them stingers now. As I well know from a recent game you've probably seen in a live stream. In the 7-hour live stream, I lost about 25 helixes in one shot to a stinger. Yeah, GG. Bit disappointed in Hawky, man. That was don't know, man. That was weird. Like, if you're going to commit to an all-in, at least do it properly and go straight to the war factory. But yeah. Yeah, like, I hate to see an all-in and then, like, hesitant and go back. It's a bit weird. Like, it's like, you go for an all-in, you have to commit to it. If you hang around for even a second, every second you hang around, then you're gonna mess yourself up. I think dual Gatlicks might have worked better as well, because you could have gone straight to the supplies, killed all of the workers, and then killed the quads, even inside the arms dealer. If he did dual Gatlicks, could he have won? I think he could have, you know. Like, forget the bunker on the other thing. I think dual Gatlicks. I think people need to add that to their thing. Dual Gatlicks would have been far better, I'm sure. Okay, 1-1 is the score. Demo against tank. Another demo, but this time is a stronger China. China tank instead. This one is going to be interesting. Are we going to see the full bunker from Hawky? He's known as the bunker player. Like, some people call me Bunkernator. I don't know why, but if you're going to call anyone Bunker King, it has to be Hawky. I mean, so far I've been proved wrong, but historically his GLA is like spam 25 markets and no less. So yeah, we've got Fargo in the top right with the blue. And he is playing as China tank. Bottom left, we've got Hawky with the yellow and the GLA demolition. Okay, supply being dropped down by Fargo in the middle. Going to be found by a worker if that worker keeps heading in that direction, which I think it is. There's 2 workers actually going over there. Hawky, yeah, I'm impressed that he wanted Annihilation as well, because it's not an often played map. So he has done a little bit of research into what map he wants. 1 worker does go down, but actually Fargo has not killed the second worker. Terrorist here is going to try and chase away the truck. Hawky does have another worker here. Going to drop down another one in the middle. Worker, sorry, why do I keep seeing worker? Dozer from Fargo is going to try and run over this worker now. I think it's going to be close. He's demo though, so it won't do splash damage. That's the cool thing about demo. You got to remember, it doesn't do splash damage. If you force fire the ground or you detonate near something, weirdly for demo, it doesn't do splash damage to the surrounding things. Whereas if you are one of the other GLAs, and it does. Nice save on the workers there from Hawky. He does not have the veterancy on the technical. He might have gone for Marauder tanks. Or he might just be saving it for later to get like an extra level of bounty or ambush. Got a Vet 2 Flamer already, not to be confused with the Vet 3 Jarman. It is a Vet 2 Flamer. And all of his workers have been saved, and he's got some veterancy now on that technical. He has gone for Marauders. not often seen unit, and the reason is it's more expensive than the Scorps. It doesn't require the rocket upgrade though, but they are also slower to produce. Is it like 2 seconds longer than Scorps or something like that? But yeah, they can't. Whoa, we're gonna see a Helix from Fargo. Did not actually see that. I think that's actually got a flamer inside of it. It's going straight to the base of Hawky. This is the kind of game I was expecting, with mental all-ins from Fargo. There's another Marauder made. That's going to go down the back. Oh, it's a Gatlix. The Flamer is still going to cause immense damage. Like, what's he going to kill first? The Arms Dealer? The Gatlix is going to attack the Marauder. With the help of the Flamer, he might be able to take it out. Oh, it's the Vet 3 Flamer now. But he's not firing at the Marauder, though, so he is going to lose it. Oh, but the Gatlix should still be able to take it out. I don't know if that's the better target or the workers, actually. He has got a lot of melee anyway, but I still like to target the workers. Maybe just, yeah, finish off the Marauder and then the workers. The Gatlix is going to go down, but that's a decent-ish start. Flamer here from Hawky has killed the tunnel, but it's been rebuilt because he didn't finish it off down to the hole. And that might be a super tech. That's a game changer. If that's a super tech now, which I'm pretty sure it looks like a super tech. Yeah, because he got the truck before, and now that's going to help Hawky a hell of a lot. Hawky also got a rebel ready for the oil. It's all going to come down to the micro of that technical now. Could also see him come in and do some truck harassment, but they are quite well boxed in. And Fargo does look to be playing pretty on form. So far, from what we're seeing from him, I think he is playing strong. Arms Dealer rebuilt from Hawky. I think that's a real one. Tunnel being established here. And I suppose the longer the game goes and the more sneaky tunnels from more angles, the more Fargo's going to have to deal with. There is mines here. Ooh, not going to achieve anything there. And Hawky, you can see it those there, but you got to be careful because you don't know there's mines not there. Sorry, you don't know there are mines there. I think Hawky's lost. Fargo's pushed in. There's a Helix now going to chase this. Chase the Tech RPG, and I think how's Hawky going to defend that? He has nothing, man. This Flamer here. Okay, he's got 3 quads and a few RPGs, but is that enough to stop 2 Flamers? A Gat and an Outpost? I don't know, man. GG. That was over pretty quick. I actually see you. See you from Fargo. Hawky's going to try. He's going to establish in the supply at the bottom right. He is getting the oil. The Helix is coming in. And the Flamer. I mean, the quads have got a hard choice. They either target the Helix and die to the Flames, or they target the Flames and die to the Helix. Decent play there from Fargo. Super impressed. Going for the aggression rather than the 2 supplies. How many of you would have done that with the truck rush and the Flamer? Followed up by the Helix. How many of you would have just done 2 supplies, 2 war factories and tried to play it normal? But yeah, hats off to Fargo there. He played really well and takes the lead now for the first time. 2-1 to Fargo. Now, what do you prefer there? Do you prefer the tank or the demo? I think it's kind of balanced unless it goes late and he gets like Scud launchers out. Demo traps, demo bikes, demo rebel ambush. But early on, I don't actually mind tank that much. I think demo's got the advantage, but I just don't think in the early game especially, I don't think it's massively imbalanced. I think tank very much has a chance, as you well saw. Okay, so tank v demo. Is Hawky going to keep his CC? That's the question I've got in my mind. Okay, so welcome to game number 4. We've got Fargo with the demolition this time in the blue in the bottom left. A little bit indecisive about what he wants to place down there. I think it's just changing the position of the barracks. Now dropping down the barracks first. Then we got in the yellow Hawky in the top right with the China tank. Also sending the dozer to the middle. He is keeping his CC. Oh, no, he's not. He's keeping a CC. Usually you sell it instantly. I thought he might be keeping it or producing a second. Producing a second dozer, which would take him up to 3 dozers. It looks like it's going to be Hawkat because he is copying Fargo's build order pretty much to the T. I think he's also even placed the supply a little bit like close to that oil so that it can be protected. War factory, truck rush, everything's pretty similar so far, but Fargo is more prepared for it. If you're the person to execute it and then someone's going to copy it, you're going to be more prepared because you know exactly what's coming. TNT, Demo terrorist on the truck. He might kill this one as well. Yeah, he does. Very nice. That's a really good start there for Fargo. And if he's got a technical out first, he can get both of these scraps because there's nothing there yet. This is where Hawky is varying the build a little bit. He's dropping down another supply. Ooh, and there's a third truck. If he loses that one as well, though, that's like $1,800 worth of trucks. That scrap is going to disappear, unfortunately, for Fargo. Terrorist does go down, and this tunnel is not going to get up, so that will leave Fargo without much map control. Yes, he's got a speck of blue on the map there and there, but it's actually just a worker, and once this GAT gets in, you've got to chase that around. So actually, it's looking like tank is actually pretty good on this map. Hawky's in a very good situation. He's also established mines there, got a truck there. Fargo has to worry about this. Like, even if he pops a few RPGs there, I'm pretty sure the GAT can just focus him down and probably still get in. The GAT probably wants to go here, though, and then across here. Ooh, that is a bad start for Fargo. Like, yeah, he hit the trucks. That was really good, but ever since then, like, letting this GAT through in that third truck. I suppose this tunnel is complete, and that GAT has been chased away. No technical veterancy. You are against tank, and the technical veterancy doesn't do that much necessarily against tank. It can be the difference between you save an attack and not, but is it really worth it that much? Got a scaffold deny from Fargo. I'm not sure if Hawky actually... Sorry, if Fargo actually got the hit on that scaffold. Sorry, Hawky placed that scaffold down. Yeah, we've got airfield and a barracks now from Hawky. Welcome, Dark9, by the way. Me and Dark9 played Counter-Strike last night. We played a few games. We got wrecked most of the games. But we we also won a few games. It was pretty fun. Trucks are getting harassed here. And Fargo's definitely had a better start than Hawky did. That's for sure. But Hawky is by no means out of this. Hawky's now on 2 war factories and getting a helix. There is no anti-air out from Fargo, like quads. We've only got a few RPGs, which will quickly go down to a helix, if just focused a little bit. And also to the gas, if the gas pick them off. Yeah, we've got a Marauder mixed with a Scorpion. Ooh, Scorpion does go down to the mines. Capture upgrade is in play now for Fargo, but he doesn't have the oils both just yet. Double scrap Marauder. It's got Vet 1 on it as well. The Helix has been spotted, and I don't actually know if the Helix is... Oh, Helix is already out. Stinger being dropped down by Fargo, but that Helix might actually finish... Oh, got some RPGs. Needs to focus the RPGs before he takes too much damage. Needs to also deny... Oh, the RPGs went back in, and that was a quad out. Not looking positive for that Helix. Not looking positive at all. Needs to evac before he just loses the whole thing. Ah, it's going to be close. The Stinger's going to get up. Is it going to get some shots off, though? No. How the fuck that Helix survived? I do not know. It could come back to change the game though, because he can now spot and clear that top supply. But yeah, Hawky back at home is under pressure. He's lost his front supply. Fargo has a surround of tunnels now. There's tunnels pretty much all over. It's looking like a 1 game for Fargo, to be honest. Looking like a 3-1. GG from Hawky. Well played to Fargo. Fargo's looking on form, and Hawky not looking as... That tank was not as convincing as Fargo's. But should he have changed the build order? Because Fargo pretty much expected what was to come. Yeah, what was it? 2 or 3 trucks went down in the beginning? 3-1 is the score. It's best of 11. Thirst to win 3. So Fargo is now halfway towards his victory. Okay, so Hawky says be right back. He does smoke, so I think he's going for a smoking break. So if you want to grab a drink, now is probably the time. I might go and grab myself a drink as well. It would be like 1 minute. Let's wait for Fargo to join. I'll just open a few slots and let's pick a map. Maybe he wants like Eagle Eye or something. I'm going to grab a drink. I'll be right back. Oh, he wants Australia. What the fuck? Okay. Right, be right back 1 second. Okay, I am back. Hopefully Hawky will be back any second now. Yo, Cranky Monkey, by the way, welcome to the chat. Mayhem says, so far I am correct. LOL, 6-1 to Fargo. So far heading in that direction, although if you project that up, 3-1, you should end in a 6-2 if it carries on at this rate. But it's definitely headed in that direction. If you've got a bet on that with the bookies, then you're possibly on for winning some money. Hawky maybe needs to regather his thoughts or whatever. I feel like Demo versus Tank, you have the opportunity to win both of them. It's not necessarily a 1-1. You can win either way, I think. But yeah, Hawky did manage to lose both of them, so now he's... I wouldn't say he's massively behind, but he's quite a way behind now. Needs to do a comeback. He's only got 2 more lives. He can only lose 2 more games, and of course it is random reverse. So if he gets like air super weapon, for example, and he just goes 1-1, and then that's bad for Hawky. So Hawky now needs balanced matchups. So that he can win both, and he needs matchups that suit him as well. Okay, interesting. We've got USA versus Stealth. I think this is potentially one where you could win both ways again. Going to be very, very interesting. I'm glad we're getting balanced matchups. We've got Stealth on the left for Hawky. I hope they fix this map, because there was actually increased gore on this map, like where you'd shoot a worker and loads of blood would come off it. It was kind of weird. So I hope that's fixed, because it does mess with the game. And you see it later on other maps if you've played this one. So yeah, it's very strange. Stealth for Hawky in the yellow on the left. USA for Fargo on the right, and he is playing in the blue color. I thought he was going to keep his CC then, but it probably was just a later scan. We've got a drone right in the middle. Hawky's base. Looks like he's playing pretty fast, dropping down them buildings pretty fast. He'll be queuing up a terrorist, no doubt, as well. Is he going to send it over here in case of a dozer drop? Yeah, he is, straight through. Remember that screenshot I showed you before? Boom. That's exactly... Look how fucking big the terrorist is compared to the barracks. Right, dozer drop from Fargo. At least I think it is. War factory now being built by Fargo. Fargo not actually able to achieve anything. Might find this worker at the top, but he is choosing actually to leave that. Dozer is going to be dropped off in the back of the base. Can Hawky see that? It's going to be close because RPGs have got an insane range. He can probably see up to like there. I don't necessarily know if he can see the dozer, but the technical is going in that direction. But has he spotted the dozer? It's going to be close. It's going to be on the edge of the fog of war. I don't think he has seen it. So that dozer, if it wants to later on, can now go in and hit the workers. Technical from Hawky. Now coming to do some harassment. We've got a box in here from Fargo. Beacon by Fargo, and you see a delayed dozer drop. That's going to crush some workers. That's a really good pick off. TNT from Fargo. So harassment on both sides here. Dozer still trying to crush some workers. Only killed a few though. Now going to kill a few more. Nicely played there from Fargo. There is still one though, and Hawky's not even responding to that just yet. He is now a little bit delayed. He's going to kill even another worker. So yeah, all of the workers have been picked off, but I mean, there was damage dished out to Fargo as well. I don't actually know, if you can get on these islands. Look at this boat just bobbing up and down. So yeah, economic damage has been dished out to both players. Hawky is definitely going to want to replenish those workers and potentially look at getting an oil, which is up there. There is an oil down here as well. It's quite a symmetrical map. A little plane and stuff going on here. Fargo now collecting from the middle. I think you can put an RPG inside of there. Massive tech RPG push here from Fargo. Sorry, from Hawky even. And does manage to pick off, what, an ambulance and a V. But evac from Fargo and laser locks the techs. One tech does go down. Now it's going to be the missile defenders versus the RPGs. So Hawky is going to come out behind here because he's going to lose all of his RPGs, and they are quite valuable. But he does pick off another V though. So would you still take that trade as GLA? He lost all of his RPGs, but he did pick off 3 Vs. So you probably would take that. It's probably fairly balanced. But yeah, generally you can afford to trade off as the stealth, but he hasn't replenished all of his workers there. He's only collecting on 3 workers. Collecting on 5 there, but probably could upgrade to 6 or 7. Another tech terror from Hawky, and there is a lot of techs here now. Could chase this 1v down. It is worth killing the rangers as well if you're there. The Chinook even took some damage there from the technicals whilst it landed. The normal cannon or gun on the technical can dish out damage. A lot of technicals here from Fargo. Is he going to force the issue and take the engagement? He is. Picks off another V. Laser lock comes in. Picks off what? A couple of RPGs. And 1 technical went down. So far, I think this game is in Hawky's favor. Those actually chilling literally inside the supply, or it was at least. Scuba said there's no economic damage to Fargo. He can still collect. It is economic damage because I'm pretty sure having a supply there is more efficient and you can collect faster than having 4 Chinooks here and queue up, by the way. So it is economic damage, pretty sure. All the technicals come in and pick off a load more stuff. The Dozer might go down, but I think the super tech has gone down. A lot of technicals killing a lot of these. Sneaky tunnel here from Hawky, and he's actually got that oil, but he hasn't got the top oil, interestingly. Has he forgotten about that and just focusing on the bottom one? I mean, at least having 1 oil is better than having none. This... I mean, Size is known for dropping down aggressive tunnels, but this is just literally... Like, you'll see Size, like, come and drop down a tunnel, like, here, like, right in front of your base. But this... What the... Fargo's not even seen it. That's got to be GG. You can't let stealth get the surround on you like this. I can't see any way Fargo's going to win now. The technicals coming in now, and that tunnel's going to get established. The war factory's going to get shot down, probably by the RPGs. Brennan of Tech Terror Palace is now being built. Quads are being built. Tunnel is fully established. War factory is getting pinned down. Doge going to desperately try to repair it. Crusade is made probably at the wrong time because there is RPGs here, but the V's are picking it off actually. And Hawky's making a big mistake here. What the hell is Hawky even doing? He's force firing the war factory, but wasn't firing at the units. Now switches to the units, and you see how easy he's killing those units. Why didn't he switch a minute ago? Super Tech goes down, and Vet 3 Technical goes down. A lot of stuff going down for Fargo as well, though. A massive TT, I think that is. Oh no, it's not a TT. There was the TT. Yeah, this is a bit of a clusterfuck for Fargo in his base. He's been completely wrecked. Whilst it was a pretty decent start, I think killing all them workers was a decent start. I don't know, what was Fargo's mistakes there? So yeah, GG. Fargo letting his lead slip a little bit, 3-2. So yeah, the economic damage at the beginning from Hawky on Fargo is TNT in the supply. So yeah, even if you've got 2 Chinooks collecting from the top supply and 2 Chinooks collecting on your main base, they still have to queue to drop off their supplies on the supply dog. I'm not talking about four Chinooks on the supply pile. I'm talking about 4 Chinooks queuing to drop off their supplies on one supply. Laghacks.exe. Okay, Australia is the map. Yeah, that aggressive tunnel from Hawky. My advice to anyone playing GLA when you want to improve your tunnel positioning is just be ballsy. Go and put tunnels in mental places where you never thought they would get up, right in front of enemy supplies, right in front of enemy tunnels. Just do it. And if it gets up, it's a tunnel in a really good position. And if it doesn't, you've lost what? You've lost a worker and you can cancel the scaffold. It's a really good thing that you can take away from pro players like Hawky, like Size. Size is super well known for it. Go and watch the World Series game where Size played against Shea, and he played Stealth versus Air or Demo versus Air or something like that. He sends a worker straight across the map, right in front of his base, and just kills him in like 2 minutes. It's mental. So yeah, now we've got the reverse. Stealth for Fargo in the top left of the map. Here's the blue. And in the bottom right, we've got USA for Hawky. Hawky often likes to do this with not boxing in his dozer. I think it does shave a few seconds off in terms of getting the war factory and the barracks up a little bit quicker. So generally, you can get your first V and missile defender out. I think we're talking seconds, a little bit of seconds quicker. Because otherwise, you've got to worry about the positioning. You've got to do the supply a little bit closer. Got to make sure the war factory's here in the barracks here. Can delay it a little bit. First V is going to come across the map. So yeah, 3-2 is the score. Really good ping, by the way, 10 ping, and the game seems super smooth. I know Fargo complained about... Oh, there's a freeze. That's one thing about 0 hours. Sometimes it can show a 10 ping, but sometimes it can still freeze. I think it's just the game engine. Not ideal sometimes. Yeah, interesting. Me, Hawky, and Fargo, we're all in the UK. Fargo in London. I'm like an hour north of Fargo. And then Hawky's in Leeds, which is like probably like 4 hours north again. So yeah, first V does go down. V and an ambulance now out from Hawky. This is another thing you can take away if you're a USA player looking to improve your Vs and looking to improve your play in general. Hawky will traditionally, he'll only make like 3 Vs and an ambulance, but he will fully load those Vs and then go for a faster search and destroy, whereas most players will just keep spamming V on the keyboard to spam Vs and keep spamming M to spam missile defenders. So we're going to see some tech RPG here, yeah. Needs to be careful of splash damage to almost kill one of his RPGs. We've got 2 Vs and ambulance from Hawky approaching the base of Fargo. I think that's a little bit too less of an army. I think you need 1 or 2 more Vs. Tech RPG here from Fargo, and it looks like that V will go down. So it'll come down to what can these Vs here achieve, and I don't think that's enough. It's not enough, and especially if you're just going to walk into a stealth tunnel. I think that's GG. Yeah, I think that's GG. I think Fargo's taking this one. Yeah. Like, Hawky's wasted a lot of these. Lost that one there. He lost the first one that just went across the map and died here. There's a stealth tunnel here as well. Yeah, Hawky didn't box his dozer, however. He's still got a dozer alive, but he's only collecting on 1 supply. Okay, there's 3 Chinooks queued up there. Fargo's in a really good... Fargo's even floating 4,300, so... In my view, this is over. The dozer does get picked off. There's a super tech there as well. Another V gets picked off. The laser lock will no doubt come from these missile defenders. GG from Hawky, and 4-2 is going to be the score. Is it going to stay in? Hawky sometimes says GG and then just stays. Oh, we got a hijacker here from Hawky. Sorry, from Fargo. It could have been better, actually. He could have ran over some stuff there and microed it a little bit. I think he's probably paying attention up here. Yeah, Fargo can just wreck all of this now. There's not even any... Oh, there is missile defenders inside there, but I mean... Could have just killed that, and he killed it anyway. Yeah, lack of micro there from Fargo. I think he's probably trying to get the oils, which he is. GG again from Hawky. Is this the real GG this time? It is. GG, well played. Well played to Fargo. Extends his lead to 4-2. So only needs 2 more to get the win. Okay, area J1 is going to be the map. Fargo taunting his opponent again. Impressive V push. Nuke against air. That's exactly what Hawky does not want, because these imbalanced matchups tend to go 1-1. But it's a weird map. I don't know if I've casted any games on this map before. So we'll introduce the map in a second. We've got Fargo with the USA Air Force in the bottom left. He is playing in the blue color of area J1. At the top right, we've got a yellow Nuke General for Hawky. So yeah, this map, man, Area J1, I think this is another Jundy map. Tends to be these weird ones with the weird names, tend to be Jundy maps. But I say it's weird. I think it's actually pretty cool. You've got these supplies here and here for an expansion. Oh yeah, this is the one with the how many crates are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I actually like to do here is to... Well, Fargo's messed this up, by the way, because he's not even collecting on alternate piles. I don't like that. But you can actually do a supply there and a supply there, which is tends to be what I like to do. You collect off alternate piles and your economy can be so good because you're collecting off alternate piles both ways. You don't need to do a no eco like this. You don't need to do a no eco. Fargo is going to collect the supply drop zone. I don't like this build order like whatsoever. I think 2 supplies, War Factory Barracks is way stronger here. But maybe Fargo's got some super thing planned. He's going for an aggressive V, pretty much fully loaded. Ambulance is going to reinforce it. I think there's a Ranger inside of there as well. Is there? Or did the Ranger go here instead? I don't know. I can't remember. So yeah, 1 V and an ambulance. It might be able to cause some damage. That tends to be what you need to do with this V. If you're going to invest this much money early on rather than the economy, you want to cause as much damage here as possible. You don't want to take any damage on the ambulance because that's the thing that can't heal unless you build the battle drone. He has built the battle drone now. So yeah, this V and ambulance might actually be able to cause significant damage. That Ranger is going all the way up to the top oil actually. So if he gets them both of them oils and keeps Hawky busy for as long as possible without losing that V, he could be on for a good win. And the V here is going to be able to collect the cash. That's the weird thing about this map. The supply drop zone is like a civilian building. It drops off some money, so as long as you've got a unit there, you can actually put a dozer like inside of it if you can manage it, and you should collect the money automatically. A little bit tricky to do, but you can. Yeah, I don't like that start from Fargo because he's also lost the V. 2 supplies, actually 3 supplies now from Hawky, so I think Hawky's actually in a good situation. But Hawky winning here isn't necessarily that bad because I'd like it to quite get to a decider. So if people ever say I'm biased, the only thing I'm biased in is I like to see it go to a decider. Okay, so Search and Destroy is going to be ready soon from Fargo. He's building it now, about 25% ready. And this bunker here is going to dish out some damage on this V. That oil now belongs to Fargo at the top left. So does this one here, and he has collected all that cash from there. So he's in a decent-ish place economically. Propaganda Center now being dropped down by Hawky. It's actually quite a decent map, to be honest. I don't like it when maps keep getting played over and over again 10,000 times. I like to see something different and refreshing. I mean, for example, when you're USA, what you're going to be making Vs and missile defenders pretty much no matter what faction you are, unless you're maybe Air Force, going to be dropping down some airfields. It's quite a repetitive game, so to actually see different terrains is the only thing we can change. That's why I'm a fan of like seeing new maps and stuff. I like to see it, see more unique and weird things happen. I just need to be careful with these Vs. Almost caused some own splash damage to his V army there. 5 aces being dropped down. Laser lock on this GAT. GAT will probably get picked off now. Might be able to dish out a bit of damage to this V. Artillery platform there has been captured. He could even drop down a supply there and collect from these, because Hawky hasn't gone over to that general area yet. This church or whatever building it has been garrisoned. There's a lot of V's out now with Search and Destroy as well, whereas this Propaganda Center is pretty late. His best chance now is going to be Overlord's ECMs. That's what kind of stage you want to get to as nuke when you've got your best chance. One V gets picked off there, but one of them is Vet 3, a Vet 3V. Who would have guessed Vet 3V? And Fargo's actually going back, wasting a bit of time, and now the first Overlord is out, Subliminal Messaging is up, and the ECM is out. When is the supply drop zone going to drop off some more cash? I think Hawky needs more Overlords, more ECMs. It's going to be a hard engagement here. One more V does get picked off, so the micro here from Fargo, not 100%, but sometimes in tournament settings, like, you don't feel the pressure that the players do. Like, we watch it, and we just expect the players to play 100%, but sometimes the You don't necessarily see the highest level play in tournaments because the pressure gets to you, I think. Not saying that affects everyone, but maybe like when you see V's going down for pretty much no reason, because he has search and destroy. You should be able to outrange all of these units. When you see them going down for no reason, maybe that is a little bit of pressure. We've got Colonel Burton doing a little bit of cliff walking there. This V is Vet 3, so it will just heal itself. And this V has got a battle drone, so that's going to heal itself too. I don't know if this army is big enough for Hawky, but I suppose it's better keep Fargo in his base rather than taking the damage himself. There is a dozer here ready to be picked off. There's a dozer at the top left still. Fargo might be able to get... Sorry, Hawky might be able to get that supply without Fargo even realizing. This V... Oh, it's found the Black Lotus. Colonel Burton's going to, what, plant a bomb on the oil, I think? Oil is taking damage. Tank Hunter Seer are going to chase this away. Gat is going to sneak in the back of the base and cause some... economic damage to these Chinooks. Where's Colonel Burton? He's planting the bomb on the... Ooh, the V goes down. I don't know if that was necessary to risk that. Colonel Burton is doing some good damage. Already planted a bomb on the oil. Now planted a bomb on the... Ooh, this Gat's not doing anything. War Factory. Oh, needs to be careful of the splash damage. What number is that one? He's almost killed the Colonel Burton. That little random explosion there might have tricked Hawky into thinking that the Colonel Burton is now dead, but Colonel Burton is not dead. Colonel Burton is like blowing up the entire base. It's like Tanya from... Oh, that Gat's now dead. Did it kill the Chinooks? No, it didn't. It's like Tanya from... Ooh, the whole base has been wrecked by the support powers now. It's like Tanya from C&C, the original. It's where she just like touches a building and it's like blown up. Colonel Burton is the male version. He's a little bit slower though. Tanya would destroy the building in like literally a second or half a second. Colonel Burton. I think this is GG for Hawky. Fargo's proving too strong, man. This is the last dozer, I think. Is it? I think it is. So even if Fargo loses all of this stuff, which I think he is, Hawky just does a smiley face. But that's not his last building. I think he maybe thought it was his last building, but it's not. Yeah, I mean, this is over. All Fargo has to do is kill that last building. Any damage it takes here cannot be repaired. There's no dozer to repair it. That's GG. It is air against nuke, though. But that's the last thing that Hawky needs. He does not want these 1-1 matchups. But yeah, I don't even think Fargo did the strongest build order, but I mean, it worked out. I wouldn't say perfectly. He did lose quite a lot of Vs on the way, but it did exactly what he needed to do. It's quite a comfortable win, I think. So yeah, GG. Well played to Fargo. Extends his lead again. 5-2. Only needs one more. Hawky needs to win every game from now. It's best of 11. Just wait for the lobby to load, because when it's generally pretty slow like that. Sometimes the games can't be seen or whatever. I actually forgot the map. Was it Area J1? It's weird, man. It's weird. I'm not really a fan of the supply drop zone. I suppose it adds a different dynamic, and you've got it increases. You've got to... What increases the skill ceiling of the actions per minute? Does it really? Probably does, because it requires like a little bit more focus and got to move around. I suppose the trick of getting your dozer inside of the supply drop zone, which I think is possible. I don't know if you can actually capture that building. I don't think you can. That's kind of the weird thing. So Fargo saying last game have fun. potentially the last game, but I wouldn't count Hawky's Air Force out. I'm expecting Hawky to win this one. Okay, so we have Hawky in the bottom left. He is playing as the yellow Air Force General. Top right of Area J1, we have Fargo with the blue China nuke. I almost said USA nuke there. I don't know why I thought that. Would make sense. USA nuke. USA has got quite a lot of nukes, more than China in real life. Yeah, I'm hoping to see this double supply thing, because that's the build order I would do. But it's good to do the supply more there and there, I think, because sometimes the Chinooks might go to alternate supply. I don't think it's going to happen here. Yeah, if you do them generally really close together, sometimes the Chinooks can mess up. Fargo says, "Are you okay?" He actually said, "You okay?" I think. I don't think he said. I don't think he said anything. Hawky just likes his smiley faces, so he's just going to keep doing that. War Factory Barracks from Hawky. And 2 supplies. As long as he's collecting on alternate piles here, his money should be really healthy, I think. 2 supplies from Fargo. He's going to drop down a sneaky propaganda center in the back. But I think the drone kind of gives that away. You'll see the dozer hiding in the back. Yeah, he's collecting on alternate piles, I think. So, yeah, I mean, Fargo, Hawky's going to win this game. It's like... This is what I mean. I made a point about it on the forums. Like, this is a massively imbalanced matchup. Nuke against tank. Sorry, nuke against air. But with these piles like that, it just increases the collection rate of the Chinooks. It just makes it so much harder. Like, if you just do a 2 supplies versus 2 supplies, air becomes even stronger because of these piles. Not everyone fully agreed with me, but I'm going to stand by it. I think it just, like... This is an imbalanced matchup anyway, but it just makes it, like, insanely imbalanced. Like, you should never lose. As long as you're doing 2 supplies... Ooh, this V! It's gonna get hit! Oh my god, Hawky, what are you doing, man? It's the other V sneaking in the back. Hawky's micro there was pretty bad. The economy is being hit. Even though that micro was bad, I wouldn't say it's over. I think it's far from over. That truck did survive, though. Yeah, I still... The economy for Hawky is going to be way higher. If we looked at the supplies collected so far, I would bet for Air Force, it's crazy high. I think the Chinooks do collect faster in general anyway, but when they collect in from alternate piles, it's just insane. Okay, Black Lotus is going to capture the oil, and the first Overlord is out. We are seeing a pretty much big beatdown here on Hawky. Is he just too rusty, not playing enough? Me and Hawky have been clanning this month, and we played a few 2v2 clan wars. He's played pretty strong in those, but yeah, here today he's just getting a little bit ripped apart. Hawky's actually going in for the laser lock, but this is looking a bit sloppy from Hawky. He's throwing away another V. That laser lock wasn't really even remotely instant. I say instant, it didn't even come in at all, actually. So yeah, Black Lotus is now obviously established. What the f... I was gonna say, can you capture that? But I really don't think you can. Interesting. Okay, now the big boys are coming. The big blob of Vs that he spent the majority of his money on. No doubt these will pretty much be fully loaded. He's gonna... Oh, Lotus does escape. It's a big point, because now he could... do you really want to get those? Probably not. Another lost V here. The micro here from Hawky is... I wouldn't say abysmal. But that is the word that's sprung to mind. The micro was not ideal. Let's say it wasn't ideal. The supply drop zone is dropping off some cash, but nobody is collecting it just yet. Hawky might be able to get it here. The army coming in from the back, but Hawky needs to be on point with this micro. He needs to... I don't know what he's doing. These Vs, like, they need to keep moving, but he keeps hanging around too long. Another V gets picked off. The terrain here, yes, isn't helping, but he's just hanging around way too long. You do not want to risk it against this army. You're either against this army, you stay away, you get in the base, you dish out the damage, and then you run away. Or if you're going to take the fight with this, you need to evac all your stuff when you've got loads of missile defenders and laser lock the hell out of that army. And if you do it correctly, that whole army will explode. But Hawky's just playing this awfully, man. He's losing so many Vs. And taking the engagements on these hills, you do not want to do that. Even then, he lost almost another V. Black Lotus even captured the oil deep inside of Hawky's base. And I think this is Hawky going to be out. But this army, how is he going to deal with it now? He's lost so many Vs for nothing. Hawky is still 1 star. I can't remember what level you get to 2 star, but then the carpet bomb will be ready and carpet will be useful against this army. It might be the only way he's got to deal with this army, but there's another 2 overlords coming out. There's already 2 ECMs. I really think this is the end for Hawky. It all comes down to this engagement. If he loses any more Vs, it could be it. He's coming in from an engagement from both sides, but he's not evacing his Vs. He's picked off the ECMs though, but Fargo is hanging around and taking the fight. 3 Vs have gone down so far for what? 2 ECMs and an assault, not an assault troop crawler, just a regular troop crawler. But again, he's losing Vs here for nothing. So, fighting these overlords completely the wrong way. The correct response here is fire base, unload missile defenders, and laser lock the hell out of that in the hope that you get to carpet. That's the way to fight it. But he's fighting it completely wrong. See, laser lock, and that overlord is almost going to go down. Okay, it ran away, but if he had more laser locks coming in, that would have been better. Yeah, so Fargo's in a really good spot here. He's on decent cash as well. I think you were seeing the last of Hawky in this tournament. I know I haven't casted any of his games so far, but these are the first hard games that he's taken. He's still got oil derrick deep in the back of his base. Carpet bomb comes in, but it's be lucky if it even kills 1 overlord. Doesn't even kill 1. ECM moves back a little bit too far. 1 overlord here might get picked off. There's still a number of Vs out, 3 Vs. A few missile defenders. If Hawky can somehow get to level 3 and get a CC placed down and kill that oil, man. Why is he leaving that oil? He's just forgotten about it, I think. If he can get to A10 and drop down a CC, then the overlord fight. You win 1 big engagement with the A10s against the overlords. That's usually GG. That is a possibility, but he just keeps sending his Vs way too close to these overlords, especially the ones with the Gatling cannons. And they are the ones that are doing the damage to these Vs. Like, you send it anywhere near that overlord of the Gatling cannon and GG for the V. That's it. GG for the V, that should be a saying. Another t-shirt.
Hold up. I wanted to come up with a spicy text message while writing this, but I didn't. Just take my money, Domi.
Thanks for your donation, man. Thank you for the $23 and 52 cents. I like your energy. Thank you very much, man. Much appreciated. Come up with a spicy message next time. Okay, another advantage of Air Force, you can long distance collect from the supply pliers. Of course, doesn't make that much difference because Fargo has established a forward supply. Somehow, Hawky's still in this. And he's capturing that oil back. Okay, so he's finding his way back in this. Maybe he's not completely out. But where's the fire bases? Like, even 1. There's not even 1 fire base. Because even though they don't do that much damage to the overlords, they do to the GATs and to the ECMs. And they also keep the overlords busy because the overlords will need to focus on the fire bases. Meanwhile, you laser lock the army. Nuke missiles now established from Fargo. These overlords, this is exactly a position you don't really want to be in. When the Vs are chasing you like that and the ECM's a little bit out of position, overlord could have been picked off there. But yeah, Nuke is now in play. He's got the overcharge rather, on the power. He's going to need to, yeah, drop down another power. He needs to cancel the overdrive on there. He's going to lose the building. Nuke MiG is now up, and we're going to need to see Avengers. He's actually gone for a combat Nuke. This is edge of your seat game. I don't know still who's going to win. If Hawky can manage to get it to level 3, get the A10 and the Spectre. Oh, there's an overlord. That's free pickings. That's going to get into level 3, surely. Yeah, gets him to level 3, so now A10. But there is a nuke cannon and nuke MiGs. I don't know what... I think Fargo's throwing away his advantage here. Not literally just with the overlord, which he is literally just throwing away overlords. But also, like, going for the nuke MiGs and the nuke cannon. Was that necessary? I think he had the game. All he needed to do was spam more overlords, more ECMs. and just literally go here, just click move here, and I'm sure that was a GG. Hawky's been allowed to collect from the top. Nobody has got that oil, interestingly, this game, even though both players had like a Lotus and a, or the Ranger. Loads of supplies here. Black Lotus has been re-established. Game is slowing down, and the longer this goes, the more chance I am now giving Hawky. I thought it was GG for him, but somehow he's still in this. Needs to be careful though of the nuke mig, man. Why is he sending this away from the Avenger? If that, he's got the upgrade already. If that goes anywhere near these without the Avenger, that whole army is dead. It's a fucking nuke mig. The name kind of gives the name kind of gives it away. It's a MiG that's gonna fire a nuke, and there is no Avenger near this army. The Avenger's just been left. Combat Chinook's coming in the back, and that might be his way back in it. He's gonna pick off some MiGs. The Overlord of the Gatling Cannon is gonna chase it away. One of them is not gonna get low. I thought it was gonna get low. I think somehow, miraculously, Hawky is managing to stay in this game. What an epic match so far. This is a mental game. The nuke MiGs are back in the air. We've got two. Carpet bomb coming across, and this is where the support powers for air just insane. Despite Hawky's many mistakes throughout this, the micro and all that, I think Hawky has found his way back into it. The splash damage there from the Overlord. How's it feel losing air versus nuke? Fargo, man, almost had it. He literally just needed to build more Overlord ECMs and just click in the middle of the base, and it was over. That's all you needed to do. But yeah, he chose to go for nuke MiGs, and that just like allowed too much time. The nuke cannon, what the fuck is that about? So yeah, maybe I'm getting a bit too harsh. GG, 5-3 is the score. Hawky still in with a chance. Get a mirror now, then maybe you're in. I think with mirrors, we are reversing it. So if you get like a tank mirror, they are going to play it twice. So yeah, edge of your seat stuff. Well. How is Hawky still here, man? How is Hawky still in this? I don't know. Fargo's taking a few seconds to join. Probably recollecting himself after that loss. I hope he watches this cast back and sees all he had to do. He was, with the Overlord's ECMs, he was winning the game. As soon as he had the Overlord's ECMs out, Hawky was throwing away so many Vs. He literally just needed to go into the base and it was over. But yeah, I think that maybe he got a little bit too confident. The nuke MiG, he did have the opportunity because the Vs had been left alone. Well, by the Avenger was left out. So yeah, one nuke MiG could have caught MVs out of position. Of course, we haven't got the fog of war, whereas the players do. So yeah, Fargo's taking his time joining. Maybe he just needs a little break, recollect himself, ready for the next games. Again, the pressure is kind of still on Fargo. Pressure's on both players because Hawky has to win 3 in a row, whereas Fargo might get that feeling, I only need to win 1 more and therefore start doing silly mistakes. But he he did play pretty well there. Now, like getting that close in an imbalanced matchup probably would take confidence away from that. Embattled land. Okay, embattled land. Game number 9. GLA Mirror. Very interesting. I think this used to be Hawky's Heartland, or like his go-to matchup. But is he still on the same level as he was when he won, like, I remember he played the 1.06 tournament. And the final was like him against Caro, and it was just stealth versus stealth, like hundreds of games, and Hawky's level then was very, very high. But is it as high now? So yeah, we've got Hawky in the south with a GLA demo in the yellow. We've got blue for Fargo, and he's playing the GLA vanilla. Vanilla just means you're just regular GLA. There's no, like, you're not demo, you're not tox, you're not stealth, you are GLA vanilla. Okay, so tunnel versus tunnel here on the left. Fargo's is a little bit quicker. War factory being placed down. War factory being placed down, and the barracks. Hawky, how good is his boxing skills? Boxing his workers. He's not actually boxing these here, but he is dropping down a demo trap, so that could get the technical, but it also probably will take 1 or 2 workers with it, and they will go flying into Earth's orbit. Demo trap here on the right. Oh, and here against the terrorist. I don't know, man. It looks like a more convincing start for Fargo. But I don't like generally just leaving the workers wide open like that. Okay, he's dropping down the tunnel now. Building versus building here. And this is tight boxing. That worker there is idle. So he's actually... Oh, and that worker's idle. He's only collecting on 3 workers. Oh, no, that one's not idle. This one here is idle. He's only collecting on 4 workers. Collecting on a decent amount here, and another barracks being placed down to box his stuff in. Fargo does have the middle control, but that one does get TNT there, and the technical does kill the worker here on the right side. So Hawky going for the map control, it seems. Ooh, here's the technical on the tunnel. Almost went down with it as well. If he just gets the scrap, he could even just just attack that normally now. That's so low, it will go down. He has actually got the scrap as well. Why isn't he attacking? Oh, he is attacking the tunnel. So yeah, it's not that great start for Fargo, actually. It was a more convincing build order and like getting the tunnels up faster. The buildings both attacking the tunnels here. Very interesting. You're going to need a toxin tractor to clear that out. Fargo's very good at his SimCity. By SimCity, I mean the positioning of his buildings and stuff. Like, he has got a decent worker collection rate there-ish. Like, he's always good at building his stuff all close together, and he's like known for dropping down like 50 tunnels around his oil, like a SimCity kind of style. I like it. I think you can learn some stuff from that. This tunnel here is going to get denied though, and this technical, I think it's got terrorists inside of it, because we have been seeing a lot of terrorists. This is where the SimCity thing comes into play with the tunnel here, but he does manage to still take out the arms dealer. And maybe this is Hawky's way back into it. Hitting the arms dealer there is a very, very good position that you do want to be in. This RPG could finish off the technical if he's paying attention, but he's probably more worrying about building his arms dealer again. It looks like he is building a real one straight away. Technical here from Fargo is now going to hit the tunnel, but not enough terrorists. Only got 1 terrorist inside of there. Tunnel being re-established over here. TNT again from Hawky, and the TNT kills the supply and I think the fake barracks. The fake barracks actually, I think, killed the technical. Very interesting. Yeah, that box is pretty nice, but I think he did have at one point some idle workers. I think that one's the idle one. So one of them is... This is mental, man, because that work keeps going outside of it. Hawky looks in a positive position. He's going for another TNT, and Hawky's now on a 3rd supply. Hawky's very good at these TNTs. Worker does get killed there, and the RPG is going to attack the tunnel now. A lot of text going around, a lot of action going on. This technical is going to get chased away. I think there are units in there because I can't select it. It's a little trick to find out if there's units inside or not. Tunnel being established on the right side. There's another tentacle from Hawky going down this left side. And there is finally now a toxin tractor out. Might help against this. There is a terrorist here from Fargo. Something he does like to do, actually, especially like against Nuke. But he's actually got one here. Ooh, if that's a toxin tractor, what the fuck? Oh, man. All the terrorists went down. If he went around the back, that would have been a guaranteed hit. Hawky is keeping up the tech terror spam, and is he hanging around too long? Like, when he got that first hit, should he have just transitioned into quads and took the advantage that way? He has got a few quads out already and a few techs. One's a super tech. That's kind of a big deal. Because one super tech with a correct micro can take out loads of quads, especially like when they're left out on their own. What's it? And what's in here? Another tech terror. And the wolf actually does go down. This is very nice play from Hawky. See what I mean about his GLA mirror? It is actually super solid. RPG's going to get inside of this building though. Don't know why Hawky hasn't got at least 1 or 2 RPGs inside of there. Tunnel here is going to go down, and whilst it looks like Fargo's got decent map control, he doesn't have that great of an economy now. If he loses this supply again, he's in a real bad spot because he's having to rebuild that arms dealer, costing him some money. His production is currently frozen because he can't make any quads because his arms dealer is dead. He does have a few units here. He might be able to clear this tunnel. Going to take over this supply, I think. And Hawky, I don't think he has enough to deal with that right now. He is floating a bit of money though, so he potentially could have had another arms dealer, a few more tunnels. Definitely could have had a few more tunnels here to maybe protect that. Interesting game, interesting dynamic so far. So now the main base of Fargo is under threat. At least the barracks is going to go down, I would say. If he stops that worker, that's very bad news. If that tunnel gets up, Fargo is still in it. Fargo's now going for the oil capture. And he did kill that supply, but Hawky is already teched up and he's already making his black market. This is traditionally what you see Hawky do. If we let this game go next 20 minutes, you can expect this whole screen here will be covered in black markets. That's what Hawky does. That's Hawky style. Whoa. I think... might be GG. He's TNT the barracks and the supply again, and he's got him to 3-star as well. These TNTs get used to 3-star pretty quick. So if he gets Demo Ambush and gets the CC placed down, that's going to wreck Fargo's army when he pops out his army. That's a Fargo pop that you can't avoid. You pop your army and Demo Ambush lands on top of it. You can't foresee that. But Hawky has killed a lot. Maybe you can. So yeah, Hawky in a very good position. Is this comeback time for him? I think this is winnable both ways with Demo and GLA. I think you probably favor the GLA because the cheaper units, cheaper quads, cheaper techs in the beginning. But if the game goes late, Demo traps come into effect, Demo ambush, Demo bikes, then potentially it's in Demo's favor. So yeah, Fargo's still on 2 supplies. He's expanded here now, and he's got 2 oils. But he's going to lose his arms dealer once again, and he's not reacting to it at all. There is a battle bus going down here, but that was probably just a distraction. Battle bus does go down, takes the tunnel with it and a few quads, but I think it's GG now. Because this massive attack here, he also has the bounty upgrade. Fargo just quits. GG. Hawky is still very much in this game. From the jaws of defeat in that air versus nuke, he is still in it. 5-4 is the score. So that guy's 6-1 prediction, you said it was coming true, is now very far out of the window. Embattled land. What's the map? Okay, so Hawky's now got the momentum. He's got a matchup that he kind of likes. He's now familiar with the map, because at the beginning he said big map, indicating he probably hasn't played it all that much. Why you no say GG ever? Fargo doesn't say GG. I think he learned it from Boyka. Or maybe Boyka learned it from him. Okay, Hawky's got the momentum. Fargo under a little bit of pressure now. Lost a couple of games in a row. Hawky's saying have fun. And is Fargo now going to be determined and angry and get the win here? Or is he going to let the pressure get to him? Yeah, let's see. Hawky coming out on top of this GLA Mirror so far. Let's see if he's going to be able to pull off another one. But Hawky in the north with the GLA Vanilla and the yellow. And Battle Land is the map. And we've got Fargo with the GLA Demolition in the blue in the south. So yeah, and Battle Land... There's one pretty useful bunker you can get there if you do like a sneaky tunnel. And there's likewise one over here as well. Pretty symmetrical. But then yeah, you've got these supplies to fight over. But interesting thing is these buildings can't shoot in every direction. I don't know if it's because of these wall things they've got outside like there. Or if it's because of them crates. I think it's because of them crates. So yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah, we've got an aggressive worker from Hawky on this left-hand side. And this... supply is pretty open. Ooh. There's no tunnel. And that's the one where the war factory is going to be. So if Hawky can do a quick TNT or whatever he's preparing here. Ooh, Hawky's lost. Not lost the game, but he's lost $800 already. Because his tunnel has gone down. So yeah, $800, that's a big loss. Early on in the game. What are we going to see from Hawky? Going to be a TNT, or is it just going to be a technical? We've got no terrorists out from Hawky just yet. Yeah, Fargo with the better map control. I prefer Fargo's openings, getting the map control. He seems pretty dominant in getting the map control, whereas Hawky's got this more aggressive position here on the left. And actually, if he just goes in the base with a big tech RPG push, which I think is what he's actually preparing, goes in here with a tech RPG push, I think that could finish the game. But from Fargo, we're actually seeing a tech terror being produced. So different build order from both. Technical from Hawky is going to go to the right side. He did produce one RPG from there, so that indicates to me he's going to go for... Oh yeah, he's been producing another one. So that indicates to me he's going to go for a tech RPG push. Worker here is going to get hunted down because that worker scouted it. And this tunnel here... Ooh, this is the tech terror. Is Hawky going to be able to stop it? Going to go to the supply. It's going to save the workers, but the supply is going to go down. And actually, if he does it there, he'll kill the tunnel as well. Oh, tunnel. There's still a terrorist. There's still a terrorist. Does kill the tunnel now. So now it's all going to come down to, can Hawky's attack now do the damage that it needs to? See what I mean about the Sim City? That tunnel there is in a decent position to defend against this tech RPG push that is coming. Whoa. His Sim City is literally on another level. He's building stuff... Oh man, that's cool. I like that. He's building stuff from within the scaffold. I think Hawky might be out. He needs to do the damage now. He needs to go here, unload his stuff, and cause maximum damage right now. Otherwise, Hawky is out. Hawky's losing all the map control. He's lost his supply. He's sending all his workers over there now. But the technical's just coming in. This might even be another TNT. That's another TNT. That's it. Yeah, GG. GG, Hawky. He hasn't got enough money for a supply now, so this... Oh, maybe... He hasn't got enough money for a supply. He's got one building, which is the barracks. It's all going to come down to that. There's every unit that he loses now, he can't reproduce. Sells that, gets the oil, maybe that's a way back into it. War factory being placed down. I mean, Fargo could just bunker one of these areas. Hawky has nothing, man. Hawky has nothing. Toxin Triton is going to get picked off now. It would be good for Hawky if he picks off that worker. A little bit of lag there. Picks off the terrorist. All the workers need to be picked off, because if that tunnel gets up, that's problematic. Hawky's just making way too many mistakes here. Nah, it's over. Yes, letting that tunnel get up, that's like a major mistake, man. Yeah, no, this is over. I mean, Hawky's lost everything. He's got one technical left to his name. Yeah, that's Hawky out. GG. He literally has a barracks, one RPG, couple of workers, 3 more workers there. That's it. Fargo has kicked Hawky out. GG. Well played from Hawky. GG's from Fargo. You so easy. 6-2. It's not 6-2. 6-4 is going to be the score. GG's. Well played.
You have been defeated.
So Fargo will progress. That was round 4 for them. Fargo will progress to round 5, where he will face the winner of Asus against XCal, which I think will be on Saturday. I'll set out the stream reminders. If you're not subscribed, I highly recommend you subscribe. I'll quickly show you the bracket. I'm not going to spoil too much of it because I don't want to spoil all of the scores, but I'll show you that. So Fargo beat Wraith in the last round. There, Fargo versus Wraith 6-1. Fargo obviously just defeated Hawky. He now needs to go into Battlefy and report that score, which was... What was the score in the end? 6-3? 6-4? 6-4. So yeah, Fargo will then progress, and he will face the winner of XCal versus Asus. I think XCal's probably tipped as favorite to win that one, and probably tipped as favorite to win against Fargo, but Asus is still a very good player. I think it all comes down to confidence. Will his confidence be high there? Asus did also beat Roll 6-4 and Primitive. Actually, I might be spoiling some of the results here. I don't want to spoil. And Asus also beat Jeffrey 6-0. So yeah, I won't spoil any more of the bracket because there are some matches that I want to cast and I don't want you to know the result. So yeah, many thanks for joining today. So yeah, I'll just update the final score. 6-4 is the final score. So yeah, well played to Fargo, really well done. Hawky, I mean, there was elements of really good play there, but just wasted too many Vs. And like, I know he still won that game, but his micro just all the way through is a little bit weird. Like sending Vs, even in the USA versus Stealth, he was sending Vs just to their death sometimes. So yeah, a little bit strange. So yeah, GG's well played to both players, and hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did and you want to see more, remember to subscribe and look out for the stream reminders because I'll be streaming and casting some more replays in the coming days. So yeah, GG's well played, and I will see you very soon. Who got the prediction right, by the way? I'll have to look back through the chats. If you got the prediction right, well done. Right, GG's. See you soon.